All right, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode on What the Sheet. And in today's episode, we're going to be doing kind of sort of tool review and setup of my new benchtop router table and my Masterforce 14 amp router that's going to go in it. And some of you might be wondering why I didn't decide to go with a Bosch router for the Bosch table. And the main reason is this Masterforce router was $170, I think, when I bought it. And the Bosch router that's, same size, equivalent power, all that jazz, was like $280 in a box. And if I remember right, both of them came with a standard base and a plunge base. And Masterforce has a 3-year warranty, limited warranty. And so if there's, a defect of any kind or sort or any major issue with the tool, I can just take it back to Menards where I bought it and get it replaced on the spot. Versus Bosch, I think they have 2 or 3 year warranty like most places, but I don't think I can take it back to Menards. I'd have to send it to a Bosch service person or whatever. Moving on to the table, most people have either like a router plate, so that's the center part here on the table where like the main part of your router is. So a lot of people do that. Will buy one of those and set it next to their table saw. If you've watched my channel enough, you know that I don't have a big table saw set up, even though there is one in the background. That one I don't use quite yet. I still have to get it fixed. So having a benchtop one will work out better for me for right now. Being in my garage, having a semi-mobile unit that I can pick up and set off to the side or set up on my workbench, do my routing that I need to do, and then set it back underneath. Hopefully it'll fit underneath my workbench over there and get out of the way. Otherwise I can clean up that workbench and I can sit over there. Price. So this guy was $200, and like I said earlier, this was like $170, $180. So the two combined, was it like $340, $400, let's say, which isn't a bad deal to get a router table with the feather boards, the split open fence, dust collection, all that jazz, and it has an integrated power strip switch in it. So this is a corded router, so once I get that installed on the table, it'll plug in inside there, and then the table itself will plug into an external cord, which will make it super convenient. But what I'm going to do is I'll get these unboxed, and I'm probably going to assemble this table first and then have the router set up before I actually install the router on the table, so we can see kind of how that all goes. So I'll be right back. So this is a few days later. I'm doing this on my phone, so it's going to be a little different. Sound's probably going to not be as good or whatever. But I've used the router table a little bit, and I think I mentioned this at the end of the video, or the last part of the video, was I was going to put my red Skil router in there. So that's what I ended up doing. So now that's in here, and that's where that's gonna stay. And I'm gonna use the Masterforce router as kind of my everyday router. And I got a sign making kit, so that's gonna be the kind of main job for this thing now. And I'll have another video about the sign kit and all that jazz. But what I wanted to show you on this thing, if it will focus, maybe. You can kind of see it. So up there, that shows your router bit. Let's see if I can, yeah. So now that I hit the set button, and then by hitting the plus or minus, it'll actually change the image of the bit. And that will kind of help the miter, or not the miter, the router know what kind of bit you're using and kind of expected demand. So the last bit I was using, or what's in here right now, is kind of a rounded bit for making the signs. And then I can hit set, and then I gotta double check the instructions, but I do believe this is the depth of the material that you're cutting. I just had that 0 to 1, and then you can change the type. So softwood, plastics, hardwood, and then back to softwood. So this is pine, so I had this set to softwood, and then you can change the RPMs from 10,000 is the very bottom end of this, and then all the way max is 25,000. And this has got a soft start, so as long as the bit's not touching, I'll fire this up, and it's just got a switch on the side here. So as you can see, it's got a soft start, which means even if you had your bit on your material and you fired it up, it's not gonna just go hardcore 25,000 RPMs right away, and it's not gonna rip this out of your hand. And then the same thing with shutting down. It shuts down fast, you know, maybe not as fast as it could, but fast enough to where it shouldn't be a major kind of issue, you know, if you're getting bound up or anything like that. Plunge base works nice. The regular base, I have the template kit for the sign jig that I got, and then that concludes today's video. If you guys have any questions, make sure to put them down in the comments. I'm gonna start adding my email address in the comment section, so that way if you guys want to send me ideas for any videos, like projects or something like that, if you want to send that to me, you can do it that way. Or if you want to talk to me about something else, you know, if you have any other questions about, you know, all my tools, anything in specific, you know, anything that's on my tool wall, you know, my Milwaukee stuff, anything like that, just feel free to send me an email. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And yeah, look out for the next video. I think the next video, now that I'm talking about it, will probably be these blocks that I made. So these little 3.5 by 3.5 wood blocks. And these are for my goddaughter for her first birthday. So I gotta put some, the wife, she's gonna put some numbers and letters on them like you would, basically like this, but I'm not gonna route them in there. We're just gonna paint them on. And I've got a whole stack of them, so I got about 9 blocks. So there's the rest of them over there. We're gonna paint the numbers on, and then stain them, and then deliver them for her birthday. So hopefully I get these done and get some video of her playing with those. But that's all I got, so I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.